Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. We're almost upon New Year's Eve on your Saturday tomorrow, so we're going to be talking about your New Year's Eve forecast. And here's what we're going to be taking a look at if we look at your New Year's Eve. And we're going to be looking at a lot of wet weather along the East Coast. Down south, we're going to be dealing with some thunderstorms and even some severe weather is going to be possible across portions of Alabama and Georgia and North Florida. So a few isolated thunderstorms severe thunderstorms is going to be possible down there. And we're going to be seeing rainfall here through the mid-Atlantic and into portions of the Northeast and a little bit of snow through portions of southern Canada and the northeastern Great Lakes area. So a little bit of wet weather for your New Year's Eve. So you're watching the ball drop in New York City. Have your umbrellas and your parkas ready because it will be wet out there. And on the West Coast, on the opposite side of the country, there is that big West Coast storm. We have the atmospheric river, and we're going to be seeing that snow coming into the Sierra Nevadas and through the West Coast from Seattle all the way down to San Diego. So a very wet day across the West where we could be seeing some very heavy rainfall amounts for your New Year's Eve. So here's your regular forecast for tomorrow. Dry weather across the nation's midsection from Minnesota down to South Texas. So if you're in the nation's midsection, the Midwest and the Plains, you're going to have a very nice day for your New Year's Eve. But on the West Coast, there's snow in the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada, the Cascade, and the Northern Rockies as well. We're going to be seeing that snow in the higher elevations, and we're talking above that 6,000 foot level, but we're going to be seeing a lot of rain down here across the West Coast into Central California, San Francisco, north into Oregon and into Washington, but we might even see some rain begin to move into Southern California tomorrow morning. And on the East Coast, we're going to be dealing with that severe weather and that rain across the mid-south there and that rain into the northeast and the eastern Great Lakes. So that wet weather for your morning hours. In the evening hours, things shift a little bit further to the east. That rain begins to spread into New England. So Boston, Hartford, New York City, you're going to start to see that rain in the evening hours tomorrow, right when your ball drops in New York City. So again, that heavy rainfall, but it's going to be dry across the southeast, the Midwest, and the plains, but we got that wet weather across the western U.S. in the evening hours, that snow in the Intermountain West, and that rain is starting to move down to the south now as that front begins to spread rain to LA and San Diego, and eventually that rain will move into the Four Corners area. So as we take a look at the atmospheric river, I mentioned this last night, and I did not enlighten you on what that is. We also noticed to be the Pineapple Express, and what it is a concentrated area of water vapor that provides a lot of moisture. So it is a stream of moisture that gets kind of funneled into a column, and we're going to be seeing that stream of moisture come on shore across the western U.S. in the fall and early winter. It usually concentrates in the northern California and Oregon, which is where we're seeing it right now, and that river of moist air is going to be providing for a lot of mountain snow in the higher elevations. This tends to be a subtropical feature, so it tends to be a little bit warmer, so we're going to be seeing that snow mainly featured over the higher elevation and down in the foothills and through the valleys. We're going to be seeing that rainfall, and with that strong onshore push of these atmospheric rivers or the Pineapple Express, you're going to see an increase in the amount of rain and snow because there's a lot of that moisture, that orographic lift. Because of those mountains, we have the coastal ranges here. These mountains also increase the lift as well as the Sierra Nevada. So a very energetic system here as we're seeing all of that heavy rain that's leading to heavy snow and record rainfall amounts across northern Central California as well as to portions of Central Oregon. Here we are as we take a look at what that atmospheric river currently looks like on your satellite. Here it is now, that Pineapple Express coming onshore, and we're seeing that move onshore through Oregon and Northern California, and it's going to be bringing that heavy rain to the west coast. And you see how far out over the Pacific this extends. This is not the jet stream, but it is influenced by the jet stream and where it sets up. And we have high pressure to the south, the Aleutian low to the north, and that stream of moisture is kind of sandwiched in between those two main surface features. So we have the big ridge of high pressure to the south, the Aleutian low up there in the Gulf of Alaska, and our stream of moist air is kind of sandwiched in between those two features. So that is a little bit more about what an atmospheric river, also known as the Pineapple Express. And here we are. As a result of that atmospheric river, some flood alerts possible through California. So through the Central Valley and on the coastal sections here in Central and Northern California, through your day on Saturday, your mid-afternoon, we're going to be seeing that heavy rainfall that's going to be leading to some flooding problems. And then also here's a look at some rainfall totals. Central California, we're going to be looking at areas receiving 8 to 12 inches of rain. This is the Central Valley, and we're going to be seeing another 12 to 18 inches of rain here along the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, and then those coastal ranges as well, 12 to 18 inches of rain. This is some record rainfall, and we're also seeing snow there across the Sierra Nevada. So we're going to be seeing a lot of rain in California and some flooding issues, and we're also seeing quite a bit of rain down here in Southern California as we see several inches of rain possible. Here's a look at some rainfall forecast for some different areas across California and the desert Southwest. San Francisco is going to pick up 2 to 3 inches of rain as we head through the day on Sunday. Sacramento, 3 to 5 inches of rain. So very heavy rainfall across the California, even down to Los Angeles. In the basin, 1 to 2 inches of rain, but those foothills facing some of those western and southwestern facing mountains could pick up 3 to 4 inches of rain. So the forecast in Southern California and in Northern California, it varies by region to region as you have different features in the surface, in the Earth's surface. You got flat valleys, you have high mountains, you have deserts, and all of those affect how much rainfall you get. And those western facing mountain ranges going to be seeing higher rainfall totals. In the desert Southwest down in Tucson and Phoenix, we're going to be seeing about ½ inch to 1 inch as those desert areas don't receive as much rain. So that is a look at your weather forecast so far. Your rainfall totals expected across California and the Southwest. Here we are with some winter weather alerts. We got winter storm warning through the Sierra Nevadas and into the Rockies. So through Utah, portions of Idaho, as well as Montana and Colorado, we see winter storm warnings and advisories in place. We're going to be seeing a winter weather advisory up there in Montana and northern Utah. We're going to be seeing lower snow totals there. Now, as we take a look at your snow forecast, your totals are going to see that 48 inches plus here in the Sierra Nevada, because that atmospheric river is coming this way, so that air is being forced up over those mountains, so it's going to be making that heavier snow across the west. Lower snow totals across the interior portions of the Southwest and the western mountains here, but you're really going to see those high snow totals over portions of the Cascades as well as the Sierra Nevada mountain range. That is a look at your weather forecast as we head into New Year's Day. Have a great holiday, everybody, and I will see y'all on Sunday. Until then, see you later. Bye-bye.